Hello everyone, welcome to League of Legends Help Desk, aka LOL Help Desk. We're going to be learning about League of Legends slang. Now, there's a lot of slang in League of Legends and a lot of acronyms, and that's good when you know what it all means. However, if you're new and you're unfamiliar, you can derive about as much meaning from it as you could from like farting into a can of Pringles. Doesn't make a lot of sense. So in this video, we're going to be exploring the various meanings for all of the Pringle farts. That way you can better communicate with your team and learn how to play League. This video is for you if you are very new to the game, or if you know someone who's very new to the game, you can send it over to them. This will help develop your understanding of League of Legends and what to expect. With that, we're gonna get into it. First of all, here's the map. Doesn't it look wonderful? This is what you'll be playing on. There are 3 lanes. I don't know if you can tell right now, but 3 lanes. We have one in the top, called top, one in the middle, called mid, one in the bottom, called bot. Yeah, it's very elementary stuff. We'll get into the complicated stuff for later, but we're starting with the basics now. So 3 lanes. In between those lanes, you have the jungle. That's all the squiggly bits there. There are also towers in the lanes. In the middle part of the map, those towers closest to the middle, right there, those ones are T3. Behind them, we have T2 towers. And then behind those, we have T1 or inhibitor towers. You have to destroy all of, or not all of them, you have to destroy them in that order. So you destroy T3, T2, and then T1. Eventually you can take the inhibitor, which is behind the T1, take those Nexus towers back there. I forgot to label them. And then you take the Nexus, the big crystal, and that's how you win. Easy enough, right? It gets more complicated. These guys are minions, also called creeps. The creeps come in waves. Towards the back of the conga line, we have the caster minions. In the middle, we have the cannon minion. And in the front, I never actually bothered learning the official name for them because I just called them Jimmy. So you too can call them Jimmy now. Their name is Jimmy. Forget you saw that, because real quick, these guys, the waves, you can do 3 things with them. You can freeze the wave, which we're not going to get into, that's a whole nother video. Freezing the wave involves keeping the wave in one place in your lane. You can shove the wave, so you delete the enemy creeps as quickly as possible, so your wave crashes into the tower. Or you can slow push the wave, which involves mostly just last hitting the minions, so the wave slowly moves towards the enemy's lane. And then more minions come, join the fight, you get a bigger cluster, and it crashes into the enemy tower. All 3 of them are super useful. We won't get into how to do that, that's another video. Now, these 3 guys, these are the big kahunas of the jungle, the big dudes. We have dragons, we have Rift Herald, and we have Baron. Drag, Rift, and Baron for short, yeah. Pretty straightforward, right? They spawn in different spots on the map, so the dragons are on the bottom part. I don't know if you see him down there, but he's down there in the bottom part right there. And then the Rift Herald spawns in the upper part, up there. And then around the 19-minute mark, he'll get replaced by the Baron. Sometimes he gets replaced sooner if no one's attacking him. Other times he gets replaced later if people are attacking him. So yeah, you can learn the specifics about that later. That's the TLDR. And congrats, grad, you now know the basics. So we're gonna get into some of the more intricate slang in League of Legends, starting with last hitting. So last hitting, dealing the final blow to a minion, monster, etc. Verb, last hitting. Past tense, last hit. Example, I need to improve my last hitting. CS, the number of creeps, jungle monsters, or anything else that you've murdered last hit brutally with no remorse. Verb, CSing. Past tense, CS. That's different from Killzone Champions. Killzone Champions is its own thing. Example, I have doubled the CS of my opponent, but they will win anyway because League of Legends matchmaking is... We're moving on. Jungle. the person whose dedicated role is to farm the jungle. Verb, jungling, past tense, jungled. Example, I love jungle, said 3 out of the millions of people who play League of Legends. Not a lot of people like jungle. Smite, the jungler's spell that does a lot of damage to jungle monsters. Verb, smiting, past tense, smote, or smitten. Example, we need the jungler to secure Baron with his smite. League of Legends speak for we need the jungler to last hit Baron with his smite. The reason why you would need the jungler for that is his smite can outdamage most people's spells. So for the most part, the jungler is pretty good at making sure he gets the last hit with the smite. Autofill. When you're put in a role you did not select, you are automatically filled for that team, or for that role for your team. Yeah. Verb, autofill, past tense, autofilled. Example, I am an autofill jungle. I have no idea what I am doing. Most of the time when you are autofilled, you will be autofilled jungle or support, just because it's the 2 least popular roles. So, yeah. HP, health points, health bar, health. Yeah. Try to last hit them when they're low HP. Squishy, not much max HP. Example, I can one-shot them because they are squishy. Honestly, one of my favorite slangs for League, not gonna lie. ADC, attack, damage, carry. They go in the bottom lane, they have ranged attacks, and they're pretty squishy. Example, the ADC got one-shot by the jungle, again. Usually the ADCs don't do a lot of damage early, so they have to focus on last hitting the creeps in order to get enough gold, to buy enough items, to do a lot of damage in the late game. So yeah, don't try and fight people early as an ADC, unless you're pretty dang sure you can win. CC, crowd control. This includes stuns, slows, roots, knockups, fears, charms, and college debt. Verb, CC, past tense, CC'd. Example, I can't go in without getting perma CC'd. So yeah, basically can't go in means I can't join the fight, I can't walk into the enemy team, you know. Can't go in without getting permanently CC'd. Sup. When they say that, they aren't saying hi. Usually, they're saying support. They are the support for the ADC. They don't last hit. Instead, they provide healing, shields, and/or crowd control. Verb, supporting. Example, I love Leona's support. She has a lot of CC. Which is true. Camps, the groups or individual monsters in the jungle. Example, Grump. Look at Grump. Isn't he a handsome man? So yeah, the junglers don't have waves of minions that they can last hit. Those are reserved for the people in lanes. Instead, the junglers have these individual camps that spawn in the jungle that they can last hit for gold and experience. Gank, the act of throwing a surprise party for an enemy in a lane other than your own. Verb, ganking, past tense, ganked. Example, I'm ganking top. Don't do anything stupid until I get there. Enemy double kill. With that, camping, waiting for an enemy in a concealed location or repeatedly ganking their lane. Camping, verb, past tense, camped. Example, can I get some help? The jungle is camping my lane. I cry every time. Invade, going into the enemy jungle with the intent to kill the enemy jungler and/or his camps. Verb, invading, past tense, invaded. Example, Graves is going to invade me. I require assistance. Which, this is a warning. A good Graves likely will invade you. Just an FYI if you're new to the jungle, and he is not. Int, intentionally dying. Verb, enting, past tense, ented. Example, Yasuo entered the enemy mid. Simple enough, right? Fed, being ahead in gold, items, XP, or kills. Verb, feeding, unintentional enting. Past tense, fed. Example, top is fed now because Yasuo entered them too. FF, voting to surrender. Verb, FF, past tense, FF'd. Example, Yasuo wants to FF now because he keeps dying. FF is short for forfeit, by the way. But yeah. If it seems like I'm picking on Yasuo, there's a good reason for that, just an FYI. Blame, abusing, ridiculing, or being overly critical of someone in chat or through the use of spam pinging. Verb, flaming, past tense, flamed. Example, Yasuo is flaming us now because we won't FF. Throw, losing your lead, blowing your shot at winning, or not doing what the most obnoxious member on your team thinks you should do. Verb, throwing, past tense, threw. Example, Vayne threw the game when she tried to 1v1. Caught out, being found where you aren't supposed to be, usually by multiple enemies. Verb, caught, past tense, entered. Yeah, that's basically what your team's gonna call it. They're just gonna say you entered if you get caught out. Example, we have to give drag now because our jungle got caught out. So yeah, the reason why you would do that, give up dragon, is when your jungler dies, is because if you don't have smite, it's kind of hard to steal the dragon from the enemy jungler. Sometimes people try, it's kind of risky. So if your jungler does get caught out and dies and they're gonna get dragon, it's better to just go into another lane, try and take a tower, farm some CS. It's better than just inting, trying to steal the drag. Usually. Proxy farming, going behind the enemy tower to kill minions. Verb, proxying, past tense, proxied. Example, Singed is going to try to proxy since he can't 1v1 me in lane. Which, be on the lookout. A Singed might very well try that. They are known for it, just an FYI. Smurf, an experienced player on a new account. Verb, smurfing, past tense, ruined my last game. Example, I'm about to smurf on these kids. And ladies and gents, that is your League of Legends Slang 101. We haven't gotten into all of the slang because it is 101 and there's a lot of slang. If I missed some slang that you think should have been covered, feel free to leave it in the comments down below so the new players can see what I have missed. Also, feel free to share the video with a new player if you know one and they're having trouble learning League of Legends slang. It could be good for them. Pop quiz if you want. Try and label this map with which lanes are which, what all the middle bits are, where the dragon spawns, where the Rift Herald spawns, where Baron spawns, stuff like that. Try and see if you can spot where proxying happens, all that good stuff, you know. Just explore the map a bit, see what you remember. Yeah, with that, feel free to like if you like, subscribe if you want to learn more about League of Legends, and until next time, I'll see you later.